Come on. Hey, it's just me tonight, guys, so let's see what happens here. Here we go.
His nickname is Superbad.
Oh, I hope we don't lose everything. I'm gonna feel like a jackass.
What kind of things do they do in an establishment called Silk? Pretty sure she gets a lot of comments about how effing hot she is, so she's probably tired of them. But
Well, you kind of had to suspect that that's what was going on anyway.
there's no reason he shouldn't have qualified. I guess he did crash on it twice.
Throwing
Yes.
that at the wall and seeing if it sticks.
This is the Talkin Moto podcast.
Hello, pretty face, I've seen you along the way. I'd like to get to know you, if that'd be okay. These questions that I ask, they might seem a little strange, or forward to your mind, even sound a bit deranged. Please bear them for the time, you see all I am is peeking at this checklist that I have, and the boxes I'm deleting. It's both for our own good, and it's what I do to say, if a future we do have, if conversation would remain.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Scott with the Talkin Moto podcast. Yes, I said Scott, because right now, it's just me. It's all you guys get tonight. It is Monday. It is July 27th, 2015. Hopefully the mic's working. Hopefully the audio is working. If you're checking me out on that Meerkat stream I got going on right now, you can see this blue tape holding my damn headset together because that shit's broke. Ay. So if you guys want, head over to talkinmoto.com, and that's TALKIN Moto, MOTO.com, and buy a Talkin Moto t-shirt, huh? Let's give me a little love. Buy a nice t-shirt. It's a quality shirt. Once again, for the Meerkat streamers, look at this. You can't see it. It's a black shirt. But look it. I give you the gilding. I hook you guys up. It's a good shirt. You guys can see the screen print set up in the back. So do all of it in-house. Make everything look nice. But so yeah, Jason. Jason, I hope you're feeling better. He had a little mishap on his dirt bike. So hopefully all is getting back to normal for the co-host. And Jeff's dealing with children. So. But yeah, so I just got done with work late. I know I didn't get home. I got home at like 6:45 or 7:45. So yeah, it's busy. We are definitely busy this time of year. So yeah, doing all that. So I come home tonight and I want to do a show, and it's just gonna be me. I'm gonna do a little rambling. Hopefully you guys like it. If not, thanks for stopping by on the chat room on talkinmoto.com, the Meerkat. I need to get my Meerkat thing working. It's at SKD937, which is all right, but I need to get one set up for the at Talkin Moto, so I'll work on that. But wow, so I got a few things I'll ramble about. And then when I'm done mumbling, I'm gonna call it. That'll be the show for tonight. And I know next weekend the series has the weekend off. So and I think we're gonna follow suit with that. So probably no show next week, and which will be fine. Yeah, pretty much now until August 16th. It's very busy for SKD. Or not SKD. I can't say that. Me personally am busy. And I'm busy with SKD behind me. So so yeah. No show this weekend. Next Monday. But we'll pick up the weekend after. So that'll be the 9th, 10th, that'll be 11th. So should be able to make that work. But last weekend they had Washougal. It was all right. I hate mud. That's kind of two races in a row. We had a little bit of mud, but it is what it is. You know, we were up at Millville last weekend or the weekend before, so it's good. A little mud is fun, I guess. But as far as watching a mud race on TV, it's rather boring. So that kind of sucks. But all right, what do we got to talk about when it's just me here by myself? If you guys are in Meerkat, go ahead, hit me up with a question, or if you're in the chat room, talkinmoto.com, I'll see what I can do. But the first thing I got on my list is I don't hop on Vital MX very often, but I was on there this weekend. I thought it was pretty funny. There was some guy that they were talking about Cooper Webb, and he had his post-race Moto 1 interview, I guess, and I don't know. I like Cooper, but he's kind of strikes me as kind of a dick sometimes. Not to be mean, but this is my opinion. And I get it if Muskin was kind of cross jumping him a little bit. I get it. That's kind of dangerous and shitty in the air. And but from what we saw on TV, it looked like he was just, taking his lines away. So, I was all right with that. And then when the race was over, or Moto 1 was over, I'm going to teach him a lesson, take him out next moto, blah, 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 blah. Sounded like a douchebag. So, second moto, obviously, he turns it around, he wins it. So then, obviously, he's a little bit better. Hopefully, someone on his side of the fence told him not to be such a D-bag. But, it's good. Good for Webb. Bummer for our Minnesota guy, Jeremy Martin. Kind of had a bad start, I believe. Kind of had to fight his way up, and with the mud, I think he got a 9th. Oh, let me take a look. I have all this in front of me. So Martin gets a 9th. So a 9-3. So it's not bad, but obviously, the guy you're fighting with in the title, he goes 1-2, which is starting to suck. Because what is it? Now we are, 8 rounds in? Is that right, or has it been 9? It's been 9. So we're 18 races. And I don't think we've seen Martin and Muskin, battle it out. So I'd like to see him start 1-2 and have a moto where they just go at it. But it just, last weekend at Millville, it was Muskin that had kind of the shitty day. And then now this weekend, it's pretty much complete opposite. So what are they, 4 points, I believe, is what's separating them. So Jeremy's got 375, Muskin's got 371. So pretty close in points. I think it was a 19-point swing or something like that this weekend. So it is what it is. Got to root for Martin, though. The Minnesota guy. But anyway, so back to the Vital MX. So, it's just a bunch of forums, blah, blah, blah. So I'm kind of surfing through there, and I get to one that says something like Webb sore loser or something or other. So I click on it, and after I seen second moto, he did seem a lot better. So I was didn't seem quite as big of a douchebag. So I was all right, you're all right now, I guess. So it's I made some comment, and this other guy makes a comment about, I don't know if it was my comment or about that guy's thread, right? And he's Jesus Christ, somebody cut this guy off, quit posting about this. And he's mad that he's posting, and there's all these other threads about Webb's interview, right? I'm well, that's fine, but you're in this guy's thread complaining about what this guy's talking about. And it's you don't have to click on anything. You clicked on his thread, and then you commented about what he said, right? So it's just I don't know. I was well, you're the one that clicked on it. So to me, is I don't know if that makes any sense. I'm kind of mumbling. But if you didn't want to comment on it, then don't click on his link to comment that you want to bitch about him starting a thread on something that there's a ton of other guys already talking about. Just do what I did and not click on all the other ones. But it is what it is. And then he wanted to know what my, I don't know if, I was kind of trying to troll him, so I don't know if he was trolling me a little bit too, but it was pretty funny, because then he was talking about, he's like, what's your real username? And I'm like, what do you mean, what's my real username? Like, I have a fake username that I've logged into to comment on this one? I don't know. So that was pretty funny. I got a good chuckle out of that. Let's see here. What else we got? I wish Jeff, dang it, Jeff. I wish Jeff was coming. Jeff pays attention to a lot of the MXGP stuff, and I don't, but I was able to catch the highlights at least this weekend. Where was it? The Czech Republic. So, So first thing I guess we can talk about is Hurlings. So Hurlings hurts his leg, dislocates his hip or something like that. And it's just like, I have no idea what's going on with this guy. This is the second year in a row that he's had, I don't know if he hit 200 point lead. It was up there, 150, maybe even more. Jeff would probably know this. But 2 years in a row, he's had a shit, pardon my language, he's had a lot of points. Like, we'll say 150 plus point lead. 2 years in a row that he's going to not win the title. So I believe he said he's done for the year. I think it was qualifying that he hurt himself. So, So he said he's done. I think he said he's happy to be done with this season, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know what's going on over there. Obviously, RV went over there. He crashed and burned. Didn't, I think, do as good as he wanted to. I know Alessi's been over there, but I don't know. I think it's just different. And yeah, those guys they're hauling ass too, so you got to give them that. But Meerkat, talk to me. Someone in Meerkat, say something. Can you guys hear me? I know there's people in here. I see you. But Hurlings is out. Caroli's, he didn't race this weekend, so. But I think Caroli's third in points. Jeff, we need you. You are our GP guy. But Hurling still has like a 24-point lead. So, but yeah, if you guys get a chance, check out the race from this weekend, the Czech Republic. It's round 13. Lots of crashes, so those guys were getting after it. What else? Let's see. I need my co-partners. Talked about Webb, Minnesota guys, Dungey, obviously, him and Barsha flip-flop motos again, so a 2-1 for Dungey gets him the overall. Jesse Wentland did a 17th in the first moto. I don't know what happened in that second moto, scored a 38, but got 20th overall, and I believe he's 20th in points now. Let me take a quick look. Yep, he is. No, that's not it. Hang on. He is 19th in points. So, obviously, Chad Reed's not racing anymore. So, he's just passed him this weekend. But he's right there with Grant and, Kyle Cunningham. So, he's right up there with some big names. So, pretty cool for Jesse. Let's see. Buddy Jake Loberg, he had a little mechanical issue at Millville, so they kind of did this little fundraiser deal, and it was pretty cool. They kind of, Jason knows the guy. Dave, I know you were in the chat room last week, but yeah, they did like this big cookout thing and tried to raise a bunch of money, and I think they were able to raise enough to get Jake from, Millville round out to Washington. So that was pretty cool. I got a 25th and a 30th, so just right on the edge there. So I don't know if Jake scored any points this year. I don't think he has. I know he's been close, I think, a few times. So pretty cool. Like to see him get into the points here. And then I caught this today on Racer X. We've had Zach on the show a few times. He's a local kid for us Minnesota guys. So he was with that RSR, I think, since it started. And we've had both Zach on. We've had Jesse on. Their mechanic, Sean, he's been on. But, so yeah, Zach, it's just, it sounds like those guys are all done. So I think Zach's looking to go hit up the last few rounds. So yeah, there was a little what do we want to call it? A little write up on Racer X I saw today. So once again, I wish the other guys were here. I wouldn't mind bouncing a few ideas off of them. But yeah, so kind of same thing with Zach. They wanted him to get like the top 10, top 15. So I think last year he had a little bit better run. This year, not, kind of about that 20 to 25, 25th place. So, but yeah, it is what it is. So hopefully he'll either find something or, I know, what is it, Unadilla, that's coming up. So that's a little bit of a hike. I don't know if he's going to that one. Man, why can I not, I am brain farting on the schedule. So yeah, they got Unadilla, Utah, and then Indy, or Ironman in Indianapolis. So there's only 3 left. Utah, I don't know if Zach's gonna go to all. I would assume he could hit up that last one. From where he's at to Indy or Ironman, it's not that far. So hopefully he can make that one. Let's see. I want to check. On some points here. I got finishes, but I don't have overall points. And I want to make sure I get this right before I sound like a jackass. So, I didn't realize this either, and I think I made some kind of stupid comment on Facebook wondering if Dungy can make it 2 in a row at Washougal. I think the dude's won there like 7 out of the last 8 times or something like that. So, I believe he's the all-time leader in wins there, so that's pretty cool. What I wanted to check, is Barsha. I thought Barsha was in second place. I guess he is. Him and Roxon are tied for points. So, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. I guess with what I think with Barsha, Dungy, and Roxon lately is Barsha's just been killing it on the starts. So he's got, 6, 7, 8 hole shots in a row. So, I mean, obviously the guy's fast, so I think when you get a good start and you can run that pace, obviously your finishes, should be better. And so yeah, I wish that you could go back and see where he started at the beginning of the year. I know overall finishes haven't been good, but like where they were on like lap 1 or something like that. I don't know if you can find that. But that's what I'd like to know, because I'm guessing his starts at the beginning of the year. I suppose I could go back and maybe watch him. Maybe I'll do that when I have time. So maybe this winter I'll go back. I don't know, but so yeah, I mean his starts are doing good or better, and I think that definitely helps. So. Maybe we can see one of these days if he gets a shitty start, then what happens? Is he gonna be able to work his way up, or is he gonna get stuck in the back? So who knows? But yes, he's definitely been killing it lately. Roxon, I don't know, has been struggling. I don't know what's wrong with him or what's going on. I honestly don't care. Not to be a jerk, but I don't know. I've said this. don't know. I'm sure I've said this on the podcast before, and I know I've talked to some people off air about it, and I get it. He's the defending champ, but God, they just, pardon my language, but they just seem to be stroking the guy, and I don't know. It just seems to be rocks in this, rocks in that, and then it's Dungey. You know, I hate the term diesel when they talk to Dungey, but it's just like the guy doesn't get in any trouble. You know, he's doing what he's doing, you know. Yeah, he's first or second or shit, even if he's third, you know. Nice and consistent. Obviously has the speed to win. You know, like this weekend, I think Barsha has that little tip over and Dungey gets by. So who knows? Maybe Barsha would have went 1-1. I don't know, but you know, that's racing. You got to race till the end, and Dungey was there. Barsha made a mistake, and Dungey capitalized on it. So props to Dungey. So what is it? I can't do math in my head. So 400. So Dungey has a 69-point lead over Barsha and Roxon. So there's 3 races to go. 3 races, so 6 motos. How many points is that? Someone help me out. Is that 150? Am I doing that right? That's right. 25. Yeah. So there's 150 points minus the 69, 81 points. So he has to give up 81 points in the next 3 rounds for those guys to catch him. So it's probably not going to happen. Hopefully not. Maybe injury. Jesus, knock on wood. Why did I say that? Dungey, no. Dungey's going to keep doing what he's doing. I'd like him to win. So, but obviously going to be tough. Barsha gets in there and keeps it interesting. Other than that, I really don't see anyone else. I think it's Dungey and Barsha. That's it. Obviously, Tomac we know is out, and people can say what they want about that. But you know, you gotta be in it to win it, as they say. So yeah, it was kind of a bummer. Tomac was definitely the first 5 rounds of the season, he won them all. Or 5 motos, he won them all. So obviously crashing that second moto at Thunder Valley. But hey, that's it. Yeah. I'm just straight up mumbling now. Gatorade. Meerkat, give me a like if you like some Gatorade. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through the 450 points. So Dungey, Barsha, Roxon, Baggett, Purcell, Anderson, Tickle, Nicoletti. See, Nicoletti is another guy. He's been getting awesome starts, but then he kind of, fades back a little bit. Pike, Norn, Brayton, Tomac still sitting in 12th. Chisholm should probably pass him. I know Seeley was out last weekend. He crashed at Millville. Hurt something, shoulder. But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully Dungey just keeps on trucking. And that's what he's going to do. What else do we got? The 450s. So they had we can talk about the 250s too. Or 450s. So they had a few guys returning. I know I'm missing someone. Tonus was back, or I think he made his debut. Martin Davalos. He had the M. Steen Barnes, or whatever the heck you call that. So he was back. Kennard was back from his broken arm from Supercross. And then obviously Alessi. I had Alessi to go 1-1 at Washougal. Call me crazy. Believe the hype, yo. Believe the hype. But it didn't happen. I know second moto I forget, someone crashed. Let me see if I wrote it down. There was a little tip over at the beginning, and it created a Baggett went down. So Baggett crashes, and it just kind of created a shitstorm for everybody, and there was not really a lot of room to get around, and I think at one point I seen Alessi actually pointing the wrong way on the track to try to go around it. So yeah, little issues for Alessi. I think it's great. I'm glad he's back. I don't know how many more he's planning on doing, but people give him a lot of shit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm all right with it. I think maybe it's just wishful thinking that maybe you get to know him, it's not so bad. So Mike Alessi, if you want to come on the Talkin Moto podcast, you just give me a call. We'll get you on. But yeah, they're kind of busting his balls a little bit for racing over, doing the GPs and not doing all that well. But it's just like, who else went over there and didn't do that well? No, sure, maybe, I don't know. We've talked about this on the show before, but maybe his heart wasn't in it or he didn't want to train. I don't know. I don't know what RV's deal was. I'm just pulling stuff out of my butt here, but but maybe, yeah, I mean, he didn't do that well. You got an overall 1-1 moto. So, but it was definitely, I think you could say it was tough on him, right? Tough on RV. And what do you think's going to happen when Alessi goes over there? I think it's going to be just as hard for him, or harder for him than RV. So, I don't know. I would sure hope that he wasn't thinking he was going to go over there and just mop him up. So, but yeah. So, good for Alessi to be back. I have to see if, hopefully he's going to do a couple more. So, plus coming back in the rain and mud, I don't know. I'm a fair weather rider, or used to be. So, hopefully he'll be back. Let's see. Oh, let's see here. All right, so 250. Aaron Plessinger gets his first career podium, so that's pretty cool. So shout out to Plessinger. But yeah, Webb just been he's been kicking ass lately. So he goes 2-1. Muskin goes 1-2. Plessinger the 5-4 for third. Kristen Craig, we've adopted him, a Minnesota guy now. So he goes 4-5, and man, he was checking out in that first moto, and then tipped over in the mud, and I think it took him a little bit to get it going. So 4-5 for fourth. Obviously, Martin Jeremy didn't finish where he wanted to, so he got the where did he go? 9-3 for fifth. So that's. Yeah, it is what it is. It seemed like after the race on the interviews, he was, seemed to be having a good time with it. So I don't know. Good for him. Good for him. I thought the interview was good. So he just seemed like upbeat and not, mad. And I mean, he gave up 16 points or 19 points. So, but like we talked about earlier, it is what it is. And they've been 18 motos in, and these guys have yet to duke it out. So it seems like when one has something bad happen, the other one does good, and the next week it's like complete flip-flop, and they're right back to where they were. So he's still got a little points lead going into the weekend off, so hopefully he'll, I'm sure they're busting their balls, training and riding, and he'll be back. So what else we got? Nelson, McElrath, meh. Oldenburg did good, got an 8-9, so he's another Minnesota guy, or former, if you want to call it that. So that's good, 8th overall, so I'd like to see him doing a little bit better, but it definitely, it's got to be one of his better overall finishes of the year. I'll have to look into it. Tonus, like I said, it was his debut. He was hurt or sick for, seemed like forever, but got a 3rd in that first moto, so that was pretty good. Another Minnesota guy, Martin, going with that 15-7. So I'm guessing he must have had some issues. But, it is pretty crazy Where is Martin sitting? Or Alex is sitting. He's 5th in points right now. So he's tied with Jesse Nelson for 5th. And for sure, there was those 2 weekends back to back where Alex just had horrible luck. So I think if you take them out and he just gets, 10 points each moto. So 10, so throw another 40. He's at 243. Yeah, well, he should be right around 3rd, 4th in points, so... Savachi's sitting 4th in points. He's got 240. Alex is 233. So, but yeah, it would have been nice to see those guys get or Alex get up there a little bit. But still pretty cool. His brother's winning the series. He's running 5th. So, gotta like that. That's pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Am I forgetting anybody else on the Minnesota side that made it? Davalos, non-Minnesota guy, 2017. Gaines, Aldridge. I'm not sure what happened to Aldridge. Not so good. 25-32 for 30th. Probably like me, doesn't like the mud. But I think that's it. I think that might be it for Minnesota guys. Let me know if I am wrong. And let's try looking up something else. This is kind of tough having to look stuff up with no one to fill in time. Let's see. I want to check on a few dates. Thanks to you guys on Meerkat stopping by. Little crowd in the Meerkat. If you guys don't have it, if you guys are listening on the podcast side, you got to go check it out. It's kind of like a live stream type of thing. So there's always people streaming something. So it's always kind of cool to watch. Actually screened some t-shirts a couple weeks ago, and I got quite a few people. I think I ended up with like 138 people checking out the stream, so it's kind of neat. I think it's worth doing, and yeah, like right now I'm yakking to myself for you guys. If you guys want to say something, say something. All right. Let's see. Okay, so the other thing that's gonna get rocking and rolling, is obviously Loretta Lynn's is getting ready to get going. I don't know if it started today or practiced today. Yeah, practice. So that should kick off tomorrow, hopefully. And we will have to see. See, tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's day 1. So that'd be kind of cool. I'll have to check that out. Looks like racertv.com. You guys can check that out. And then I think, yeah, they're doing a couple live shots, I think, later in the weekend. So I know there's quite a few of the local guys going down. So it's always kind of fun. I like, even if it is just, watching, what am I trying to say here? Like the live timing and scoring, even though that's, how you're watching it, it's kind of cool. And seeing how the guys are doing. And I know I did, like the Racer X vet race. Oh, shoot, that's been 4 years ago now already. Maybe even longer, but it's neat to line up on a gate when I guess it can go work both ways. One, if you don't know who they are, they could be dicks and they're just gonna park you in the corner, or what I liked about it is you didn't know, is this guy faster, am I faster, stuff like that. Probably shouldn't be saying that when you're racing if the guy's faster than you're not, but that's what I'm trying to say. Just not knowing and racing, people from all over the country. So let's see. So that was cool. So that's going on. It looks like mxsports.com. You guys can check all that out if you want to get in on the timing and watch it live and all their schedule. That's all on there. So I'm still here, Meerkat. You calm your center. But all right, boys, I'm gonna hit up the commercial. People in Meerkat, you're not gonna hear anything, but let's hit up that commercial break, yo. Hey, what is going on, everybody? I just want to say thank you to everyone out there that's been supporting the Talkin Moto podcast. It has been amazing. We have a great group of guys. We have an awesome list of sponsors. So please keep sharing, keep liking, keep spreading the word about the Talkin Moto podcast. And I hope you're enjoying the show. A special thanks to Motokazi.com. Motokazi holds AMA District 23 sanctioned races at both Kellogg and Mankato, as well as hosts the Motokazi Supercross Championship Series, which is all over Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. They also have organized practice at Kellogg, Jordan, and at Mankato, as well as offer race schools, so you can get all tuned in on all your riding techniques. Make sure to check out Motokazi.com for more details. We would like to thank Mike from MB1 Suspension. Based out of Corona, California, they offer suspension, engine, and coating services. Please give them a call today at 951-371-5045 or check them out online at mb1suspension.com and make sure to tell them that you heard about them from us on the Talkin Moto podcast. Hey, we got Andy and Chad from The Open Mic. It's a weekly comedy podcast, and they talk about anything and everything, and they usually do. I've been on the podcast a few times, and it is a good time for sure. It's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Central. It's available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. There's more information available online at theopenmicpodcast.com. Pro Action by FTM is one of our many great sponsors. FTM offers support to you, the rider, trackside, so when you need it the most, FTM is there for you. Not only do they offer great suspension work, but they also have many other great bike parts and accessories to help you out on the track. So make sure to check them out today at finetune.com. The Talkin Moto podcast is proud to announce that they've teamed up with Plainview Powersports. Plainview Powersports is your Kawasaki motorcycle, ATV, and side-by-side headquarters. Located in Plainview, Minnesota, you can reach them at 507-534-3520 or check them out online at plainview-powersports.com. All right, thanks everyone for listening to us on the Talkin Moto podcast. We really appreciate it. If you can, go on to our website, talkinmoto.com. Support those that are supporting us. Everyone's link is up on the website. We're on Stitcher, we're on iTunes, we're on SoundCloud. Everything gets posted up on YouTube. So please give us a like, share, subscribe, and I hope you're enjoying the show. So let's get back to it. Back to the show, yo. Can you guys still hear me? All right, I think we're still good. I feel bad. I tried to play the sound for the people hanging out in the Meerkat, which I think is really going to screw people up that are listening tomorrow, probably, on that Stitcher app, iTunes, or SoundCloud. So you guys make sure to go check us out. Give us a follow. If you're on iTunes, I believe you should be able to search just the Talkin Moto podcast. Try to leave a review or a like or however they do that. I don't mess around with it too much, the iTunes. I guess I mainly check out the old not iTunes, SoundCloud. That's where I listen to the podcast the most from. Otherwise, for sure on SoundCloud. Oh my God, I need to go to sleep. SoundCloud is where I listen to most of our podcasts from. We are also on Stitcher. So, but yeah, download that app. I think the link is right on the talkinmoto.com website if you haven't already. But I know some guys, they got data issues with their phones, so that's why some people can't listen live. But yeah, make sure to download our podcast and give us a listen and like and all that other fun stuff. But yeah, so we got a little local news. Wish Jason were here. He could tell us about all the fun he had if he remembered. So Jason, I hope you're feeling better. But Jordan had the Scott County Fair race. It was on July 22nd. And that's usually a pretty fun race. I know I've raced it a few times. I've also yard sailed it a few different times on the same night. But it's kind of cool. It's held during the fair. You guys, from the area know people that, maybe just be checking in, listening. So yeah, it's a little county fair, and it used to bring a pretty big crowd. Obviously, people are there for the fair and all that other stuff, so they stop by and check out the racing. So it gets to be a pretty good time. And I haven't heard yet what happened. I just know Jason hit his head, and hopefully Jason, you're getting back to normal. So sounded like it was a doozy, and that's never good when you hit your head and you don't remember. So that's kind of all we'll talk about that. But I think the nice thing, let me see if I can't pull that up here. I'm not prepared to talk about that race. So let me see if I can take a second and try to bring it up here. So the points through the 22nd, which would have been that race. Oh, let's see here. Who was down there? So 22nd. Oh, I thought Miller was down there. Doesn't look like it. Zach Williams. Why is this not working? I thought Zach and Miller were duking it out. That might have been a different one. All right, never mind. I stand corrected. But I think there was a pretty good turnout of guys that were down there. But the other thing they got going on. So motokazi.com for all the info. They're kind of doing. I don't think Lee would get mad. It's kind of like the silly season or fair season. They're just going all over, doing all these fair races. So this Friday, it's July 21st. They're in Ellsworth, Wisconsin. So practice is 6 p.m., races at 7. And then the next night, they're heading out to Toma, Wisconsin. So that's actually not too far. It's about 2.5 hours for me. It's kind of the midway point for Jason and Jeff. It's probably 2.5, 3 hours, I think, for them to get there. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I wish I could go. Most likely going to be working this weekend, so not going to happen. But practice for the Toma race, that's 5:30. Races are at 6:30. Here's the cool part, though. Looks like the old MK Crew's throwing up a $1,200 pro purse. So for the Open Pro. So hopefully that'll draw some crowd of guys in there. So both fairs are $25 for the amateur classes, and if you're going to race the pro class, you're going to have to throw $30 into the kitty and get after it. So make sure you guys check out motokazi.com, or you can contact Jenny. Hi, Jenny. It's Jenny at motokazi.com for any questions that you might have. And that's it, guys. I'm at the end of my list of stuff to chat about. That might be it. I've done shows before, not live, just by myself, but I always can go back and cut and edit them out. So when I sound like a douchebag, which is 90% of the time. But yeah, I don't know, just kind of busy. I left work to come down, or to come home, which you should do when you're done with work. You come home, and yeah, I sent the boys a message saying like, hey, I just left work. It's gonna be like 8 o'clock by the time I get home and get set up. And I don't know what Jason did. It looked like he bought a truck, or he's got a little side project or something. So he said he had an hour drive left. Jeff's kind of doing some stuff with the kids tonight. So I was like, shoot. I don't know if it'll be a good show, but we're going to do a show anyway. So I just started rambling. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. It's all right. But I know next weekend we're not going to do a show. It's going to be probably best. We'll still be busy. But that's it. That's it, guys. That's all I'm going to talk about tonight. So I'm just going to call it right there. Thanks. Actually, I might hang out in the Meerkat a little bit. So if you guys in Meerkat are still here, we'll hang out for a little bit. But as far as the podcast tonight goes, that's it, guys. Sorry, kind of a random. Scott's just mumbling out of his ass. But, hey, sometimes that's what you got to do. And hopefully in 2 weeks we'll get the crew back together. And we'll probably hit up on some of the stuff we talked about tonight. But, yeah, like it's crazy. I know everyone's busy. Summer is just out of control. And I know the next few weeks for me are going to be crazy. And it's going to be nice when things maybe slow down a little bit. Whoa. We need to slow down so we can get caught back up, and then we'll get after it again. But yeah, other than that, that's it. Things are good. I think it's kind of cool with the podcast. If you guys made it this far and you're listening, I think our reach is a little bit farther than we think we are. So I think that's pretty cool. So if you guys can, just keep liking us on the Facebook. Just search Talkin Moto, or it's just facebook.com/Talkin Moto. And yeah, make sure to like the page, and check out the website, talkinmoto.com. Hit us up on Twitter, is at Talkin Moto, and Instagram is at Talkin Moto Podcast. And yeah, if you guys want some t-shirts, hit me up. Check out that scottkingdesigns.com. Little plug. But I probably won't get to you till next 3 weeks. Just letting you know, because we're that busy. But yeah, like I said, I think the reach is a little farther than we think it is. So I think it's pretty cool. I like checking the stats and seeing where you guys are listening from, and all that other stuff. So, and yeah, kind of plan on keep plugging away. Just kind of I'm mumbling. I'm rambling. If Jeff were here, he'd say kill it. Kill it. So we're going to kill it. All right, guys, thanks for listening. 50-minute show tonight, just me BSing. So thanks for stopping by. And yeah, we'll be back, not next week, the weekend after, talking some Unadilla. Peace.